Hello and welcome to Campus to Community, the Columbia Basin College news magazine to keep you informed of what's happening at CBC and how we might better serve you. On our show today, we're going to learn about the College Assistance Migrant Program, or CAMP as it's called. They have a special priority application deadline coming up soon. We'll be hearing from the director of that program, Miriam Fierro, as one of the former students who's gone through the CAMP program. That would be Aimee Calderon. But first, we're going to talk about managing your money and about a new book out, Money Mind Choices, and it is written by business professor at Columbia Basin College, Carol Wysocki. And Carol, welcome to Campus to Community.
Well, thank you, Frank.
Well, first of all, how did this book come about?
Well, about 10 years ago, I started a traditional personal finance course at Columbia Basin College. And I realized the last few years that it's not only about the finances, it's about your whole well-being. And that there's so many factors that affect your personal finances that I went ahead and wrote a book that included many of these factors.
And let's go over some of those factors. You actually tie things into relationships and that type of thing?
I do. I cover everything from people's needs and wants. There's a difference between what people want and what they actually need. And this is individuals and relationships, because how you work with your money affects your relationships with everyone, from your spouse or partner to your families to actually the community, on how well you take care of your finances.
So what are some of the different types of topics that you go over in the
Well,
book?
everything from some smart decision tools, ranging from decision matrices to mind mapping. 6 Hats, which is based in psychology, 6 different perspectives or ways to look at things. And finally, I wrap up the book with a life balance as we think about, managing our time, our resources, our finances, our relationships, and some real basic money rules to help you do that.
And now the book is published. How do we obtain a copy, or what venues are available to read it?
Well, the Kindle is available on Amazon.com. The hard copy is available on Amazon.com, and the audio book will be out probably within the next month or so on Amazon.com.
Fantastic. Now, money management, some would say that's actually an acquired skill, and we teach a couple of courses at CBC, isn't that correct?
We do. We teach the traditional BUS 120 personal finance. It covers traditional topics. This is the online course I've created we've had it out for a couple years, BUS 210, Managing Personal Finances. And it's writing intensive, as I want people to think about all the factors that do affect their finances. And it's pretty interesting when we even think about plants and pets. And there's so many topics that people have really not thought that do affect their daily lives.
Fantastic. Well, we'll look forward to getting a copy of that book. Carol, thanks and good luck.
Okay, thank you, Frank.
Now, when we come back, we'll be talking about the College Assistance Migrant Program with the director of that program, Miriam Fierro, right after this.
Immediately started to see ways that I can improve our company to better manage projects and to ask better questions and to get better information. Do you think, project managers should just take this? In a way, anybody who works on any project should really have project management experience. It would really help if everybody understood the concepts and principles.
Welcome back, and with us now is Miriam Fierro, the director of the College Assistance Migrant Program, or CAMP. And Miriam, first of all, welcome to Campus to Community.
Thank you for having me.
What is CAMP?
Well, CAMP stands for the College Assistance Migrant Program, and we've had the program camp at CBC for more than a decade now, and it allows us to work with first-generation college students who come from a migrant seasonal farm working background.
Okay. And about how many students do you accept each year in the program, and what services do you provide?
Well, we have 55 students in a cohort in a given year, and many of the services that we're able to provide revolve around individualized academic advising, mentoring, coaching, peer-to-peer mentoring as well. We have a leadership class that students are enrolled in and that they take to help them fine-tune not just leadership skills, but some of the academic strategies to make them more successful in their first year.
Okay, so they're getting one-on-one counseling, and is that pretty much each week?
It can be each week. It really is a case-by-case basis, but students year after year after year say that is the primary, single most beneficial element to the program itself.
Yeah, absolutely. So yours now, we know from, what was it, last summer, is rated one of the top camp programs in the entire United States. Why don't you tell us about that?
It sure is. We are a member, a conglomerate. There's about 32 camp programs nationally, and by being selected as one of the top 10, what that means is that we are in a conglomerate group of other institutions like the University of Washington, and which is great for our state. What that means is that we were able to successfully have students finish their first year of college and enroll for their second year.
And you have a magnificent retention rate from fall to fall, don't you?
We sure do. We have about 96% of our students who are able to join us and begin with us in that fall term and then return. It's great.
That is absolutely fantastic. Now tell us a little bit about if you wanted to see if you're to apply for the camp program. And you have a deadline coming up, right?
We absolutely do have a deadline coming up. It's a priority deadline, and it's February the 15th, which is just around the corner from here. And that date was put in place for a lot of different reasons, but it allows us to get students really thinking about college is coming, you're a senior in high school, get that information turned into us so that we can help you along the way through that process to be enrolled.
And how do they obtain an application?
Well, they can do it a couple ways. They can come visit us on campus in the office within our suite there, or they can go to the CBC website and put in a search for camp or the College Assistant Migrant Program, and they can print it from there.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to another great year for the camp program. Thanks for joining us, Miriam.
Thank you so much.
And when we come back, we're going to be talking to one of the former students of that program and how it helped her. Right after this.
Where can you see stunning views of stars, galaxies, and other wonders of the universe? Visit the Bechtel National Planetarium at Columbia Basin College. Take a guided tour of the night sky under a spectacular dome in the Community Enrichment Foundation Theater, where you can learn about phases of the moon, planets, constellations, and other fascinating objects in deep space. Science and educational films for a variety of age groups are also displayed on the planetarium dome. Look up into the night sky. Learn more about our universe.
And welcome back to the show. With us now is a former student from the College Assistance Migrant Program, somebody who's been through that first year of the camp program, and that's Aimee Calderon. And Aimee, welcome to Campus to Community.
Thank you.
First of all, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how you got involved with camp, and that sort of thing.
Okay, well, I was born and raised in the Tri-Cities area, so I've been here all my life. I graduated from Tijuana High School. And right after high school, I started my first year at CBC. And yeah,
Okay.
finishing up my second year at Columbia Basin College and transferring over this fall.
And what attracted you to CBC's camp program?
Well, I find it was just a coincidence that I found out about the camp program. At first, I didn't know what it was. I did walk into my counselor's office while she was talking to another student about the camp program at another school. So I did ask her, what is the camp program? She told me all about it, and I proceeded from there. I applied for the camp program at CBC, and I got accepted.
Now, as a college student, you've been through 1 year, you're in your second year. Now, what were some of the biggest challenges for you as a student?
Coming into CBC, you come from a 4-year high school where you know everybody, you get to learn or know the staff, and you make your connections at school. I think coming into CBC, the hardest part was finding that connection on campus, finding that person to go to when I needed help with my, my homework, my classes, guidance of what I should do, what classes to take next, and at first that was the hardest challenge for me.
Mm-hmm. So, what was the biggest advantages to being a camp student then?
Mm-hmm. Well, being in the camp program, I quickly realized that all those doubts that I had, all that help that I needed, I had the camp staff to go to that they could help me. I had the resources in the camp program. They helped me plan out my classes for the 2 years at CBC that I would be in. And they also provided me with who to contact over at the university that I wanted to transfer to. Any assistance that I needed, tuition, books, they were there to help me.
Mm-hmm. And some have said that one of the biggest advantages of the camp program is the counseling?
Yes, the counseling. We get one-on-one advising with our advisor in the camp program, and I find it really helpful. Unlike the counselors at CBC, they deal with more students. In the camp program, there's just 50 of us that our advisor advises.
So when it came down to graduation, you'll be graduating in the spring, right?
Mm-hmm, yes.
Where are you going to head from here, and then what are your career goals?
I plan on transferring to Eastern University or UW. I'm still a little bit undecided, and I plan on double majoring in Spanish and social work.
Wow. How did those career goals come about for you?
They're going good so far. I find that with those 2 majors, I want to work in education. So probably work in a program in school or be a professor perhaps.
Fantastic. We look forward to having you back at CBC
in
a different capacity. Thanks for joining us, Aimee.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And that's Campus to Community. Thanks for joining us. For more information on these programs or anything else, you can just go to our website at columbiabasin.edu or call at 509-547-0511.